welcome to Game 5 of the Washington Nationals versus the Indianapolis Motorheads. I'm DNP, and alongside me is Random Fielder, bringing you the action from inside Leidos Arena, where tonight the Washington Nationals can take the series as they have a 3-1 lead over the Motorheads, and Indianapolis looks to stay alive. Random, what do you think of things coming into tonight's game?
Well, speaking from an owner's perspective, obviously what's on the line here for both of these teams. The Motorheads, they have a very solid core all around, good division opponent. But, for tonight, Washington really has got to lock it down here, If I were a Nationals fan, I'd say that the key thing is you want to stop them early and stop them for the long run. Because when you're in a 3-1 lead like this, with the history that a city like Washington, D.C. has had in the playoffs, you have to be able to lock it down here. And taking it home in Game 5 is a key step. For the Motorheads, I say bring it early and bring it fast. Because getting the jump on them is going to be crucial for the next 3 games. And remember, at this point, it's a whole marathon, not a sprint. So they need to keep focused and keep going.
They also would probably love to take the home crowd out of it early, as at least for this game, and if they make it to Game 7, they would be playing in Washington. They're going to want to dampen that hometown crowd, take as it's often called, the sixth man off the ice. So, take the home crowd out of it, deflate the Nationals' momentum, and kind of build off of that as well. Before we get into this one, let's take a look at the current bracket, where everything stands.
Yep. Let me just get that up and running here. Image, okay.
Taking a look at the series so far.
Should be up here now.
Yeah. There's the playoff bracket. Taking a look at where all of the series are right now, as we are just about to start this game. Looking around the league, we've got the St. Louis Cyclones, who play later tonight. They currently lead the Quebec City Bandits 3-1 and could win it in Game 5. That game is later on tonight. Obviously, this game right here is the Washington Nationals and the Indianapolis Motorheads. And as we've already discussed at length, the Washington Nationals could take the series tonight as well and move on to the second round. Then, if we move over to the the games that are tomorrow, we've got the New Orleans Wildcats facing the Lilneys Fencers. That series is tied at 2 apiece. 2-2. And then the Boston Riptide and the Tampa Bay Ilves play, and the Ilves lead that series 3-1 and could end it tomorrow in Game 5 as well. But all of that is coming up. As of tonight, all focus is on the Indianapolis Motorheads and the Washington Nationals, and we'll get things started by sending it down to ice level for team introductions and the national anthems.
Here you go.
Filler, you still have the bracket up.
The anthem's out of the way. We're just about ready to get underway for game number 5. Just about to get this one underway. Puck drops, and we're ready to go for game 5. Washington has the puck in their own zone. And now it's worked around. Indianapolis gets to it. Carried across, John Carlson back into the Washington zone. Shot there, just misses the net wide. Worked around, and it is put out of play for a whistle. 17:59 here to go, first period. Shot, score! Washington gets on the board first!
This is exactly what I had preached about from the Washington offense today. With the strongest they've ever been, you know, the Nationals are looking to come back with a vengeance this season. Yevgeny Kuznetsov comes back and puts one early up for the Nationals.
17:53 left to go in the first period here. And it's a bouncing puck that fools the goaltender Linus Ullmark. And it's 1-0. And you get your home crowd into it, you get momentum rolling, and that's how you win a series on home ice.
Beautiful stuff from this Nationals team. Looking to put away the Motorheads.
Shot there, just wide. And now Nino Niederreiter behind the net works it out, clearing it down. Ends up wide. Taken to the boards. And sent further around. Down to get it back in the in the Motorhead zone was John Carlson. Byron Krause now. Sam Bennett laying down, trying to keep it in play, but he ends up putting it out of play, and so we will whistle here with 15:29 to go in the first. Nats lead by 1. Held in by Washington. Sam Bennett laying down, trying to make something happen. Motorheads cleared it for the moment, but then they send it back into their own zone.
Motorheads scrambling right now.
Sent in here. Jake Bean is in there. Washington can't get it out of their zone. And now they do. It sneaks past Jonathan Taves. Here's Lawson Krause. Drake Batherson, he lost it. It comes back into the Washington zone. Takes a bounce in front of the goal, but Lord Stanley's there to ensure no trouble. And the Nationals clear it. And now, a chance. Shot on goal. Save! Rebound! Score! Jacob Rana! It's 2-0!
Wow, shades of his 2018 Stanley Cup run. Jacob Rana has been unbelievable this playoffs. He's been up and down the ice. He's been scoring goals. He's been putting up assists. He's been doing it all for this Nationals team that's really been in need of some help. And I think if there's any guy that's the key for unlocking this playoff run and unlocking the cup, avenging for season 4, he's the guy to do it. Incredibles. Nationals are up 2-0.
The Washington Nationals definitely, I don't know how much carries over from last season, but definitely proving that they know how to win a playoff series and advance out of the first round. Remember, this team made it to the finals last season and lost in an incredibly close series to the San Francisco Flight, and I'm sure they would love to find themselves back in the finals this season.
Absolutely.
And get a second chance at it. Cleared out now by the Indy Motorheads. Here's Lawson Krause, and he puts it out of play. 9:56 to go. But one thing's for sure, at least 6 players on this Washington Nationals squad have playoff experience in this league. Because I believe 6 players were retained after last season.
That's right. Core 6, that would be Alex Ovechkin, Nicholas Backstrom, Sergei Fedorov, Lord Stanley, Jacob Vrana, and I believe, if memory serves me here, John Carlson, yes.
So they know how to get the job done, and they're proving exactly why this team made it there last year and might be ready to make it there this year. And then they score! Jake Bean finds the back of the net, and Indianapolis is on the board.
Oh,
They
look at
won't
that!
go away.
Look at that! Bean flicks one to the back of the net. I mean, really, I can't say enough. Like, the Motorheads, there's no quit in this team. They find a way down and they'll pull themselves back up by their bootstraps and get rolling. Like a V8, they're out.
They did find themselves down 3-0 in game number 3, and they came all the way back to tie it and force overtime. But the Washington Nationals managed to sneak away with it and regain control of that game in overtime, and that's part of the reason they're up 3-1.
Motorheads just know how to come back and work their way back into a series, Nothing's ever done with them. I mean, there's a reason as to why they're in the playoffs. They're a formidable opponent. I'd be scared of any team that has to face them.
Yeah. It's a long series. Puck is in the Washington zone here. Played behind by Dmitry Orlov. Washington clears it. It ends up all the way down the ice. And played behind the net. Cleared now by Indianapolis. Chance there! Glances off the far side of the goal. Doesn't go. And now a chance there. An errant play by the Motorheads sends the puck across the crease and into dangerous territory, but there wasn't a Nationals player who could get a stick on it to score, and so it ends up back all the way down at the other end of the rink. Jonathan Taves trying to turn it around, but forced by the hand of the Washington Nationals. But he finds a way to get it to Oliver Bjorkstrand. And the Motorheads have it behind the Washington goal. Cleared. Works its way back into the Washington zone. Kicked out to Pelech. Didn't get a shot on goal, but he's got it back again. Sent through the low slot. No one there to pick it up. And that will send us to the first intermission. Shots are currently 4-2 in favor of the Washington Nationals. Fuller, what did you think of the first?
Definitely an entertaining period, I'd say, for both teams. The Nationals with the early upper hand, but the Motorheads have managed to fight their way back, and I think this will be a roaring finish. Absolutely, I believe it will be. With both teams on their way starting in, so.
Still 40 minutes left of hockey to play here in game number 5. Fedorov in the faceoff dot for Washington wins it, and the Nationals have the offensive zone. Cleared out now by Justin Schultz. Artem Zub couldn't get it back in. And now, played behind the goal here. As an interesting thing to note, last season there was one team that got up to a 3-1 series lead. It was the San Francisco Flight in the first round, and while they did eventually win the series, they did not take that series in 5 games.
They did not.
That series went the full 7. And so, in the most recent 2 seasons, we have never seen a team win a series in Game 5.
Teams can't shut the door on them. The trailing team manages to come back.
Washington regains the offensive zone. Puck is worked around, and Indianapolis dumps it in, but back to get it is the Washington Nationals, and they'll clear it down. So far, Washington's been doing everything correctly. They've played well defensively. They've played well offensively. We'll just have to see if they can finish it off. Shot there from Indianapolis off the draw, just missing to the near side. Pacioretty now works it around. Puck takes a deflection, but it doesn't end up on goal. And out of the boards, Lord Stanley to Douglas Hamilton, or Dougie Hamilton rather. And it is cleared out. First to get to it is Evgeny Kuznetsov. He tries to work it to the slot. It finds its way back into the Washington zone. And there waiting for it was Frederick Gauthier. And a chance here, just wide. Drake Batherson trying to feed it up the side. But he was hounded by the Indy Motorheads and he lost the puck. Batherson gets it back though. Pressured by Gauthier. And now Krause in there as well. Lord Stanley getting a piece of it. Laying down to make a play is Pavel Zacha. And it almost turned into a great chance for the Motorheads. But it never found its way to the goal. Cleared now, all the way down the ice.
Great stop for
Down
Zacha.
to get it. And now Bowen Byram is in a race for it. Give it away. Washington clears the zone. Shot there, just wide. Back to it is Jamie Benn. And Anderson works it out of the zone. Any Motorheads coming in potentially on a breakaway. Trying to shoot it. They do! They score! It's tied!
Wow, see what I mean when I talk about a player of the tenacity of Jonathan Toews. He gets in the end boards, makes a play out front in the middle of the ice, and he shoots one right on net and he scores. That brings the Motorheads back within this game, and now it's a completely new one as the game is tied 2-2.
And just like that, the Indianapolis Motorheads have changed the narrative of this game. Sergei Fedorov wins the draw, sends it in. Taken to the boards, Burakovsky to it. Nationals lost the zone. Back down, chance, it slides out in front, Kemper makes a save. And Washington clears. Comes back into their zone though, but an Indy Motorhead stick actually directs it towards the Indianapolis end. And now Adam Pellick to it. Clears it down. Washington wins the race. And it's worked out of the zone. Shot there! Just wide. Picked up by Bowen Byram. And cleared. 5 minutes to go, second period. Defensive play almost turned into a goal, potentially for the Motorheads. Glances off the pipe and is cleared the length of the ice. Dougie Hamilton to it. Holds the line. Shot! Oh, he just missed! And it's almost worked back in. Motorheads trying to regain control. Cousins sends back. Shot! Score! Washington regains the lead!
Wow, what a sequence of events there. You know, unfortunately for me, my eyesight's a little bit bad, but, you know, trying to make out the players, look at this entire team. That was a team effort. Oh, look who it is, number 7, Dougie Hamilton, makes the play. Offensive defenseman he is, and he just sinks it home. The Nationals regain the lead, and now they're back with the momentum swing.
Throw it on the net and good things happen. It finds its way through Elvis Merzlikins, who's coming for Olmark. And Washington back where they want to be by the end of this one. See if they can hold on to it this time. Fedorov wins the draw again. Shot! Saved by Merzlikins! Almost a twofer! And Motorheads can't clear it. Shot there is wide and out of play for the whistle. 2:08 to go, second period. Backstrom wins it, sends it in. And now Jamie Benn works it out. Indianapolis Motorheads need to score at least one more goal in order to keep their season's hopes alive. It's match point in this series. And it will be like that for the remainder of it. Shot there by Indianapolis, hopped over the goal, bounces back out, a chance here, Anthony Mantha racing for it, but time expires, and we go to the second intermission, 3-2.
I will say there, DNP, that period is a lot closer. There was a lot of intensity going back on both sides of the ice, but at the end of the period, the Nationals are still on top, this time with a new score of 3-2. And I was looking at it, right? Just looking at some of the statistics. Rzickens he's putting the work in out there, good old Latvian guy coming in, making saves, especially with their recent performance in juniors. Latvia is set up for a good showing in the years to come.
Indianapolis with some zone time, trying to find that third goal. But it is cleared out of the zone now. Washington. Drake Batherson sends it back. Bouncing puck through the crease. Didn't go. Shot there ends up wide. Now played behind. And sent out of play for a whistle. 17:53 remains here in period 3. Off the draw, it's sent in by Indianapolis. Shot there, blocked by Sam Bennett, who is not an Indianapolis Motorhead, but a Washington National. So I don't quite know what the strategy was there.
Definitely an odd one, I will say.
Regardless, it's back in the Indy zone. Worked around, Tanev looking to hold the line. Sent across. Vrana to it. He's got a goal tonight. And Indianapolis finds a way out of their zone. Puck bouncing off the end boards, off the backside of the goal. And Washington clears it yet again. If Indy can just find a way to pull it off the boards and send it on goal, they might have a chance at this. Jesper Bratt looking for the slot, shot wide, cleared the length of the ice.
The check engine lights coming on for Indy here in the period.
Still plenty of time left though. Cleared down, but it ends up wide. Back into the Indianapolis zone. Shot! Score! Jacob Chychrun! We're tied again!
Oh, man. Jacob Chychrun, he's been a thorn in the side for this series between the Motorheads and the Nationals. And, the game's, it ain't over until the fat lady sings, or whatever that old adage is. But regardless of that, Chychrun manages to tie it up, and here we are sitting at a new game where the Motorheads have received their coat of oil and they're ready to finish.
The Indianapolis Motorheads, though, have not had a lead yet in this game, but they might now. Here's Tanev toward his own goal. He managed to survive it, but as I was saying, the Indy Motorheads have been chasing this game the entire time. They went down 2-0 in the first, and then they came back to tie it, but then Washington regained the lead, and they've tied it again. Can they find a way past the Washington Nationals to get a lead? Because they have to in order to win the series. Washington, shot, scores! It finds its way in! Brandon Tanev! And it's 4-3 Nationals!
Another unsung hero, Brandon Tanev. Wow! He finds a way to get it done. I cannot sing the praises of this Nationals team anymore, and I won't. But I will say this. Tanev He's been one of those guys that's been a little bit under the radar this season, and he shows up at a big moment like this. This is the kind of performance that will go down in National Series history. And mark my words, it won't be the end of it.
And oh, by the way, Brandon Tanev has major playoff experience. I do believe he was on that San Francisco Flight team that won the Cup last season.
Yes, he
So
was.
he knows how to get the job done.
Knows how to work the dirty areas and manages to get it in clean.
And Washington, once again, whenever this game has been tied, they've found a way past the goaltending of the Indianapolis Motorheads for a lead. Can the Indy Motorheads, for the third time this game, tie it back up? Or are they or have their backs finally been broken? Behind the net, it's Justin Schultz clearing it out for Washington. To it is Schultz again, but it's cleared by the Motorheads. Puck ends up wide, bounces back out, but it's cut off by Odin Zub, who clears it down. Trying to get to it is Ben, but he gets caught on the goal. And now Chris Tanev trying to work it out for the Motorheads. Bjorkstrand to Pelech. Tanev, Chris Tanev there, clears it.
No relation.
And now Jamie Benn gives to his teammate Chris Tanev. Just coming up on 5 minutes to go. We're going to start looking towards the net of Elvis Merzlikins, wondering when he might vacate it for the extra attacker. Motorhead's initial shot there is wide. The rebound came back through the slot, but no one picked it up. Working it to the side, takes a deflection, diving play, just missed the net wide. 4 minutes now. Still in the offensive zone. Behind the net, it's Anthony Mantha. Gives to Alex Ovechkin. But they lost control. Indianapolis gets it across the blue line. 3 minutes to go now. Can they get it on goal? Shot! It ends up out of play, and we whistle. 2:40 to go. Shots are 7-6 in favor of the Washington Nationals, and now the crease has been vacated. The Indianapolis Motorheads pull the goaltender. Let's see if this is going to work. They get it across the line. Here's Merzlikins trying to shoot it on the net. Now it's Olmark. And Washington gets it back out. Kuznetsov, final minute, shot! Oh, they just missed! The rebound comes back to the Indy control. 30 seconds now. Trying to work it to the slot. It's cleared out. It vacates the zone. The Washington Nationals take the series 4-3. They take the series 4-1, and they take this game 4-3. They're headed on to the second round.
Beautiful stuff here for the Nationals today. They managed to get the series done, and you said D&P. This is the first time that a team's gone up 3-1 has closed it out in 5, correct?
Yes, at least that I can remember.
Well, now's a beautiful time to say this. The Nationals are moving on to the second round. Great season of the Motorheads, their owner, imagine great person, but ultimately somebody had to lose. And today was one of those days. The Nationals have taken this series 4-1 as they'll be advancing to the second round. Pending their match opponent, we will see. But for now, DC, you can celebrate.
Don't go away, as we're about to see one of the greatest traditions in all of sports, the handshake line. As these players congratulate each other for a hard-fought series, there has to be a winner and a loser, unfortunately. But both teams played this series out to their heart's content, and the Washington Nationals came out on top. They await the winner of the Tampa Bay Ilves and the Boston Riptide series. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be Tampa Bay moving on to the second round, but only time will tell. As we've mentioned, This is the first time in recent league history that a team has won a series in Game 5. It's very possible Boston climbs their way back into that series, but again, that is a story for another time. Coming up next, we've got the Quebec City Bandits hoping to stay alive against the St. Louis Cyclones in Game 5 tonight. But until then, I've been Dean Payne. Alongside me has been Random Filler. We thank you for tuning in to this one. Thanks for watching.